Us now for more on this billionaire space race is Tom Jones, a veteran NASA astronaut and planetary scientist, also author of Skywalking, an astronaut's memoir, and Ask the Astronaut. Tom Jones, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Jackie. An exciting weekend.
So you have obviously gone to space. What are the physical challenges of entering space, and what would hopeful space tourists need to start thinking about in terms of conditioning tests? What are the differences between like what a paid passenger would have to do versus a professional like yourself?
I think for this ride, anybody who's in general good shape, they'll be fine on this ride. It's going to be more or less like a roller coaster experience. And I think that the stresses of getting into space are real. You know, you get accelerated to 3 or 4 times your normal Earth gravity through the thrust of the rocket motor. And then there's this brief period of weightlessness. And I think we have medications that can counteract any ill effects from that. So I don't think it's too stressful. And Branson's going to do fine, and his fellow crewmates are going to really enjoy the experience.
Very cool. I think everyone has the question, when is space travel going to become more affordable, accessible for the average Joe, especially now you've got Bezos battling it out with Branson. The Wall Street Journal wrote the rival launches highlight the competition that could unfold in the coming years between billionaires to carry these fee-paying passengers to the edge of space. So what does it mean for people who are watching and thinking, I want to do this, but it's kind of out of reach right now financially?
Sure, it's out of reach now. I think only the wealthiest will go on these initial 1,000 flights or so. But the price is going to come down through competition. You've got Blue Origin, you've got Virgin Galactic. There are other spaceflight companies that will be taking people to orbit, like Boeing and SpaceX, and even Sierra Nevada with their new Dream Chaser space plane. So you're going to have a wide open market. The costs are going to fall. And I think within 20 years, you're going to see this equivalent to a vacation to Antarctica, for example.
So we always think about the challenges of getting into space, but what about getting back on the ground? Can you talk about how this launch is going to go, both in the beginning and how it ends?
Okay, so tomorrow, if Branson takes off, it's going to be a space plane ride. So their ship Unity will rocket to the edge of the atmosphere, up into the environs of outer space, if you will. And then as they fall back into the atmosphere, they'll experience about 5 minutes of weightlessness. And then they've got a sort of a badminton shuttlecock approach that slows down their space plane. Eventually, they bring their tail feathers into line like a conventional airplane, and they glide back to a runway. So it's rather like a nice Cadillac ride to space and back. Now, Blue Origin, Bezos' company, they're going to go on a straight rocket ride in a capsule beyond 100 kilometers, 62 miles. They'll fall through space. They'll have weightlessness for 5 minutes. They'll plummet back into the atmosphere, and then a heat shield and parachutes will bring them back safely. So it's more like the brute force method that we used with Alan Shepard, Gus Grissom more than 60 years ago.
Wow. Branson is claiming that one day Virgin Galactic could switch to an orbital vehicle, but that requires a lot more energy. Can you describe the difference and the limitations there?
Sure. The space plane approach is great for getting to the boundary of space here tomorrow, we hope. But to scale that up to get to orbital flight, you need a lot more fuel, a lot more energy put into the spaceship to get it going to orbital speed. Instead of going about 2,000 miles an hour tomorrow, it's going to need 17,500 miles per hour. So a lot more fuel. That spaceplane would need a much more robust heat shield. So it's hard to imagine the carrier airplane that Branson's going to use tomorrow scaling up to the huge aircraft necessary to make that approach work. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, with a straight rocket approach, you just build a bigger rocket to boost it to the higher speeds. It's more straightforward.
So when you're watching this tomorrow, what are the things that you're going to be looking for? I mean, I think about, the things that I watch for just as, a layman, but you're an astronaut. So what are the things that you're looking at and to measure whether this is a success or what it means for the future of space travel?
We'll be wanting to watch very closely the ascent, the powered flight of the rocket, about 5 minutes of thrust to get them coasting up to 50 miles. That's the boundary that I crossed when I became an astronaut for NASA. So I'll be watching for that power descent, making sure it's going smoothly. And then once the engine cuts off, it's really all about physics, like floating up like a cannonball and then coming back into the atmosphere. And what I'll be looking for, perhaps from remote cameras on the ship, are the beautiful views of Earth down below, the black sky of space up above. And I think we might see some pictures of the crew floating inside for the 5 minutes they get to unstrap. And that'll be really exhilarating. I'll take a lot of vicarious pleasure in seeing the fun they're having.
Oh, that's so great. Tom Jones, thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate your time.
Okay, good luck tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, thanks.